Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be attempting to do this hairstyle that I've been seeing all over my social media. I love how it turned out and I thought I should share with you guys. Stay tuned. I'm starting off with clean hair and these are the things I'll be using. Number one, some gel for parting the lines. I'm going to be using these synthetic bundles that I've had for the last 14 years. Two mirrors, I always use two mirrors so that I can see what's happening at the back of my head. A comb. I'm going to be using some wool and a needle. On top of that, I'll be using a flat iron and some rollers. The first step for me is parting the hair. I won't lie to you guys, I struggled today parting this hair. Like the lines were not coming out straight. But I just ended up accepting defeat and used whatever lines that I had, but it was really hard to open these lines. I opened one line that goes from ear to ear, sort of at the middle part of my hair, as I'm showing you right now. And then I did one line at the middle of my head in front like this because I want a middle part. I want to be honest with you guys, I really do struggle doing cornrows with braids the way I did them this time. So I was just praying and hoping that it comes out the way I wanted to, and I'm not mad at how it came out. Obviously it was like my first proper attempt, but I'm happy with how it came out. At this point I'm doing the first line, and just to let you guys know, on the first line I was trying to do a technique that I saw on the internet. It was hard. I abandoned ship right there and then, and I used my normal technique going through until I was done with the rest of the hair. So I've been told a few times, a lot of times actually, that my hand is hard. Apparently when I do people's hair, it's painful. I also feel it when I do my own hair. I won't lie. So I was trying to really be light-handed on this because I'm using braid and I didn't want the braid to pull on my hairline. I don't really struggle with my hairline, but I just wanted to avoid that completely. Guys, I don't know if you can see the progress, but it's looking really good. I was so proud of myself and I was just soldiering on because I was doing a darn good job. It did take me a little bit of time to go through one plate or one line, and as a result it took me a little bit longer to do the whole head, but I was fine with it because I was taking my time. If I made mistakes, I was just taking it out and redoing it. I don't mind because I wanted it to look good. I will say I was trying to do like a crisscross design on the one side, and after it was done I didn't like it. You will see when I'm done with the first half, you see that there's a crisscross there. I ended up taking it out because it didn't come out the way I wanted to. So just an FYI so that you're not surprised when you see it. Also guys, don't mind my facial expressions. The girl was at work here. I wasn't trying to look pretty for the video. I was just trying to get my hair done. So all you can see on my face is laser focus. Don't mind the facial expressions. It wasn't painful at all. I was just ultra focused, and I think at a point in time I forgot I was on camera. As you can see, this is the first half done. This is the crisscross pattern I was talking about, and I took it out, but this is the first side done. I'm happy. It's really clean, and I want to do the same thing on the other side. I must say the two sides came out slightly different, and I understand it's an issue of tension because when I'm plating on the right, the tension that I exert is different from the tension that I exert when I'm plating on the left, but I don't think it's really noticeable, so I was fine with that. At this point your girl was tired, bruh. I was just soldiering on, but I was so tired, and what took out a lot of my energy was opening the lines because it wasn't a good day for me to open lines. So it took me out. My eyes were painful and I was just tired, but this was it done. What I did proceed to do is I just plaited down the ends of the hair because I didn't want it to distract me doing the hair at the back. because remember we are putting a weave and I didn't want any distractions. After this, I did cornrows at the back in a circular pattern because that's how I wanted my weave to sit. I didn't film it because your girl was tired. Like I said, I wasn't trying to do too much. And that's the hair, guys. I know it looks nice on camera, but this hair gave me hell. Like, it's not as nice as it looks. Like I said, it's synthetic hair. I got it maybe over 10 years ago, so it's good quality synthetic hair, but it gave me a hard time. There wasn't really any technique that I used to sew this hair on. I just made sure that the hair was knotted so that it doesn't run out, and I was just putting it up, like following the lines that I did. Yo, don't even ask me why my lines look like that or why the sewing turned out like that. It looks like it's lump-sided. What's important is how it turned out. That's what I'm talking about. You see that? It's eating. It's eating. I'm using my hot comb just to get a flatter finish to this weave. Like I said, this is a synthetic blend that I got maybe over 8 to 10 years ago. It does take heat, like the highest heat you can think of it takes. So I'm just flattening it like that. Guys, do not let this hair deceive you, right? Because I know on camera it looks nice, it's shiny, it looks straight, it almost looks like it's 100% human hair, but this hair gave me stress. Okay, stress times 100. Did you hear that laugh? I was so nervous cutting this hair because I realized it's going to be difficult to get a straight line whilst cutting this hair, but I just bit the bullet and just started cutting it. I am using my 2 mirrors to help me see the back. This was the hardest thing ever. It was so hard because there were some blind spots that I couldn't see at the back, but nonetheless I tried my best. I really did try my best. Also, just looking back, this hair is truly doing the most. It looks beautiful. Oh my gosh, it looks really nice. Can you see that the will to live has left my eyes? Like there's no hope in me. I'm regretting doing this by myself because after all that cutting, the hair is not even straight. It's not even close to straight. So I'm using a different kind of method. Hopefully it works. Well, it did work because now I'm just holding everything at the back and just cut to try and get straight lines. Look at that. It doesn't even look like I did anything. This is so bad. This is so bad. Anyway, after all that, I finally got to the desired outcome, or close to the desired outcome. I mean, did you even doubt me? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I is? The next part was curling the hair. You know how I told you that this hair looks amazing, but it is actually not? Well, this hair doesn't curl. As much as it takes heat, it doesn't curl whatsoever with a flat iron or with any hot device, as I'm showing you here. So I just had to run past 1 or 2 passes of the flat iron on the hair, and then whilst it's hot, I put it in rollers like this in the direction that I want the hair to go. I was going for that vintage inspired, Tems inspired hair flip, the one that flips outwards. That one, that's what I was going for. So I had to be mindful that every time when I flip the hair, it's flipping outwards and rather than inwards. And I must say it took a bit to get this right, but I did. So after putting all the hairs in rollers like this, I had to wait for the hair to cool down and let it set first before I take the rollers out. Whilst my hair is setting, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this bantu knots to the ends of my hair. I'm taking 3 lines at a time and making 1 bantu knot. I decided also to add this curly bits because I wanted that curly messy look on the top. Fun fact, or just know that I'm from the future and I ended up cutting those curly bits because they were a nightmare to deal with. Also, I ended up doing this koroba hair or koroba hair inspired little braid on top. I did I did three, one on each side and one on the center. I thought it would bring a nice flair or a nice touch to it, and I don't regret doing them. It's time for the takeout of the rollers, and I don't know how I feel about it. They didn't flip as much as I wanted them to. If anything, they gave me some waves or something. I don't know. I'm really not happy about this, but we are going to just go with it. As I'm brushing out this hair, I'm realizing it's not that bad. The curls are settling in as they're supposed to, and the flip is right there, so I'm pretty happy about that. Oh honey, this hair is eating. It is so beautiful, and I love how it's sitting on me right now. Remember, this is a synthetic blend, so it doesn't really sit how I want it to sit, but I love this hair. It's almost giving a fuller blowout look, which I really don't mind. As the day went by, it became a little more flatter, so I'm happy with this look.